Alright, cool kid. You can go first.
Right now?
Yeah.
Oh. I was hoping you would go first. Oh, God. I wasn't ready to think.
You weren't ready?
Yeah, I wasn't really ready to think that stuff too.
Alright, then I'll go ahead. By the way, I am reading information on my mom's phone. Okay. Chucky, in terms of his personality, is one of the most aggressively masculine horror villains we've ever seen. He's not by any stretch as sexual like Jason or Michael, nor is he as predatory as Freddy. He's just an obnoxious, loud-mouthed, and misogynistic character pretty much from the moment he starts talking. Yeah, that sounds like Chucky, alright? and some people think that's me as well. So, do you have anything? Cool kid?
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, I just heard, like... Because, like, I just said, like, a whole paragraph of it.
Well, Chucky, the horror movie. You all know and love it. That's at least. It's pretty much started from a little boy named Andy, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Andy, yeah.
And wanting a good guy's doll. Good guy's doll turned out to be, haunted or cursed or something like that.
Possessed. Like, like the old Chucky movies, Chucky was, like, possessed by this one, I think, murderer. He died, but his, like, I think soul possessed this doll, and that's what made Chucky like today. But in the new Chucky movie, Child's Play, the one and Chucky's voiced by the magnificent Mark Hamill. Chucky is not possessed by anyone. In the movie, Chucky is like it's mostly this kid's toy called Buddy, and Chucky in the movie is one of the Buddy toys. And he was programmed to be nice and mostly do, like, a lot of cool stuff in the house. Like, turn on the TV. So, it's clearly, like, Google Chrome or like, Amazon almost, you could say. But there's one dude. Now, the thing is, I watched Child's Play, the new one, with, like, Mark Hamill, like, twice in a row, just in one day. It was good. Like, I think it was good, but, like, that one kind of made me cry because of Chucky and stuff, because, like, Mark Hamill kind of, like, because Mark Hamill was a perfect match for Chucky, a perfect match, and like, in that one song that I like, that you just don't like me singing it, you are my buddy until the end, more like a buddy You're my best friend. That one. That song goes with the movie like so good, now I like the movie, um, but I'm not very sure if it's better than like the old movies. So, do you have anything to reply on that?
Nope.
All right.
I think you said it all just there.
Yeah. Okay, so this is like clearly what happened in like I think like the first Child's Play. Um, on November 9th, 1988, Charles Lee Ray, who is the murderer who, possessed Chucky, on his chase down after a failed robbery. Oh, wait a second. I think he was like a murderer and a robber. By Detective Mike Norris. After he is fatally shot, his partner in crime Eddie decides to bail and drives away in the getaway van. Despite Charles' pleas, stumbling into a toy store, Charles desperately uses his voodoo amulet, the heart of Damballa, to transfer his soul into a good guy doll. The chant causes lightning to burst through the store's skylight and cause an explosion. Although Norris finds Charles' dead body, his soul successfully transferred into a doll, which is found by a peddler. The next morning, Chucky is bought by a woman named Karen as a last-minute birthday gift for her son Andy. As Karen has to work, her friend babysits Andy that night. Everything seems normal until Andy's told to get ready for bed. He tells her that Chucky wants to stay up and watch the news. Believing that he is playing, she sends him off to go brush his teeth, only to find that Chucky is on the couch with the TV turned on. Maggie scolds him, but he denies doing anything. She simply tucks him in and goes back to the living room. Chucky slips out of Andrew's bedroom and begins to scare Maggie. He knocks over a bowl of sugar to get her in the kitchen. When she goes to clean it up, he grabs a hammer and hits her, causing her to fall out of the window to the ground below. Detective Norris and his partner Jack are called in to investigate the death. And to question Andy, Norris suspects Andy may have something to do with it, as Andy's sneakers are the closest match to the footprints in the sugar. Karen comes home as they are talking with Andy and angrily makes them leave. Once the police are gone, she goes to check on her son and sees him talking to his good guy doll. At first he seems innocent, but Andy adds to Chucky that Chucky said Aunt Maggie was a real bitch and got what she deserved. Karen sends Andy off to school the next day, but along the way Chucky gets Andy to take him to Eddie's hideout. As Andy goes off to use the bathroom, Chucky blows out the pilot light on the stove and turns up the glass. Eddie hears the stove door open and takes his gun to check it out. He fires wildly at the noise, causing his house to explode. The detectives are caught again and find Andy at the scene suspicious. They call in Dr. Ardmore to monitor while they interview him. When Jack asks why Maggie fell, Andy says that she saw Chucky and it scared her so much she fell down. Karen explains to him that no one believes his story, and if he does not tell the truth, the police take him away from her. Scared, Andy confronts Chucky, begging him to stay, saying something as she just repeats his doll lines. He runs to his mother, telling her Chucky is doing it on purpose and would kill him if he never told anyone about him. From beyond the glass, Ardmore announces his presence, suggesting Andy stays a few days at the hospital. With Andy sent to the hospital, Karen takes Chucky back to her apartment. She notices that the doll has been running without batteries. Cautiously checks the doll's back. Chucky's head sharply turns backwards as she looks, making her drop the doll. Scared, she pulls the doll out from under the couch and continues to try and make the doll talk. Chucky then attacks her, and she tosses him to the other side of the room, allowing him to escape. As Karen gets to Detective Norris and the help find out about the doll, Chucky follows her, sneaks into Norris' car. While Norris is driving back home, Chucky tries to strangle him. Mike gets him off temporarily by burning his cheek with a cigarette lighter plug. But Chucky continuously tries to stab him from behind the seat. Unable to drive while being attacked, the car goes out of control and flips over. He continues to try and stab him, but Mike shoots him. As he thought that as a doll he was invincible, he is shocked to see that the bullet hurt him, and runs off needing answers. He locates his voodoo instructor, John Bishop. He explains that Chucky must transfer his soul back into a human, but it must be the first person he revealed himself to, Andy. However, he refuses to help Chucky and attempts to call the police, but before he can, Chucky pulls out a voodoo doll which is connected to John, shoves the doll, and leaves John to die. Chucky sneaks into the hospital in Andy's room. He manages to break into Andy's room. By the time Andy had escaped, Andy finds his way downstairs into the operating room. As Chucky follows him, he manages to knock Andy to the ground, but hides when Dr. Ardmore comes into the room. Ardmore puts Andy on the bed. He tries to sedate him. While they struggle, Chucky grabs a scalpel and stabs Ardmore in the back of the leg. Once to the ground, he puts an electric shock helmet on him and shocks the doctor to death. During this time, Andy runs back to his apartment, but Chucky is right on his tail. Once the two reach the apartment, he knocks Andy unconscious with a baseball bat. Begins a ritual. However, but before he finishes, Mike Norris and Karen enter. He stabs Mike in the leg, then knocks him unconscious with the bat. Before he hits him again, Karen shoots him, redirecting his attacks. Karen throws him into the fireplace, and despite Chucky pleas, he lights a match and ignites the fireplace. Karen sends Andy to get a first aid kit, but Andy sees that Chucky is not in the fireplace, completely burned. He chases after Andy, who runs into the bedroom. Karen shoots him several times, knocking off his head, arm, and leg. When Mike's partner, Jack, arrives, he grabs Chucky's head and brings it back to the bedroom. Unbeknownst him, Chucky's body sneaks through the air vent to follow the head and breaks through the vent to strangle Jack. As Karen pulls Chucky's body off Jack, Mike shoots him in the heart, finally killing him. And that is talking about Chucky. So I hope you enjoyed. Peace out, and I hope you have a good day. Bye.